Just got a question. I'm at a point in my life right now, going to be consciously moving into an area that's unknown to me.
We're not making fun of you.
Yeah, go for it.
But everyone's at a point in their life, and that's true of everybody every time.
I think
moving
you're
into
right.
an area that's unknown. You think it's more obvious, but that's happening constantly. So why does this feel more emphatic?
I guess because I've had the illusion, as it were,
There you go.
that I knew
Yeah.
what I was doing before.
Yeah.
You
Flawed
know,
premise.
and I had some control over it.
Not an illusion that you knew what you were doing, but an illusion that you knew everything that you wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or an illusion that you were even consciously aware of all that is in there that you do want, that's working its way to you.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And so through getting more connected with myself and my emotional guidance system about where I'm succeeding in life, with things that I'm actually doing vocationally, I've resolved to myself that, you know, this career I've been in for 15 years has kind of run its course. It's served me well. But I do want to do something else.
Emphasis on it has and is serving me well. It's my bouncing off place. It has and is serving me well.
Yeah.
That it has run its course is a flawed premise.
Okay.
Because the root of what's happening now is never irrelevant.
Okay.
That's important. But looking back at the root is counterproductive. Just accept that its power is always there and don't diminish its value.
Gotcha.
Because in diminishing its value, you cut yourself off from everything that is blossoming out here as a result of what once was the root. Do you follow that?
I do. We did an exercise at a camp we went to recently where we were on a ropes course and we were up top, and it was kind of like each rope was a little bit farther out. So you really had to trust. So I guess the basis of my question is going to be this concept of trust. And that exercise was very easy for me because I'm not afraid of heights and I know what a rope can do if I grab it. Where I am right now is I feel like I'm moving across a tightrope with no rope.
This matters so much. Nowhere in our conversation of helping you to understand about the expansion of your being and the evolution of your being and the accomplishment of your desires and the manifestations of everything that matters to you. Nowhere do we ever ask you to move forward with uncomfortable feeling within you. We're not asking you to trust what you don't trust. We're asking you not to move until you do trust. That's a big difference. Because if you're moving while you're feeling uncomfortable, then you've got enough resistance still within you that your inner being doesn't have, that it's going to hinder your reception. It's going to hinder what you think your inner being is guiding you to. You see what we're getting at?
I do.
So the moving forward intention isn't to gather yourself together and move without trust. It's to relax a little bit and meditate a little bit until you feel confidence in the next idea that's coming. You're going to hear this and it's going to be of great value to you. So we're going to say something that we already said, but you're going to hear it now in a way that you didn't hear it before. In your waking state, you are always in the receiving mode of something. The question is, what have you got your tuner set to? Most people are not meditating, and so they're not tuned to the vibration of their source. If they were, they would be happier more of the time, and more of these wonderful things would be steadily manifesting in their experience. But most people have their receiver tuned to the problems that are going on, to what's going on. And so when an idea comes to you, Esther's begun asking herself this question many times in every day, because an idea will come and she will say, what receptive mode did that come from? Was I tuned in, tapped in, turned on with source energy? And was that an idea that came because they all know what I want and who I really am and where everything I want is and what my path of least resistance is? Is this idea that came, this life-giving idea that will lead me along to this manifestation that I want? Or did it come from my negative thoughts, from my mistrust? Was it a warning bell or was it guidance? And the only way that you will know, and you can know, is through some consistently quieting your mind, some consistently hearing or feeling an impulse drop in, and then following the impulse to a fruition that shows you something pleasing or not. And so we want you to trust the process. We want you to trust your vortex. We want you to trust your inner being. We've written a book that says when you ask, it is given. And no kidding, when you ask, it is given. But it is given in a vibrational format that you have to allow to turn to things through your conscious interpretation. Do you get that? There are no things being trucked in from other planets. Your economy is evolving through your focus upon things. Creation is about your vibrational interpretation of thoughts turning to things. And so we want you to trust the process. We want you to know that your inner being exists. We want you to know the difference between a negative emotion and a positive emotion. We want you to know that when you feel great, you are in resonance with source. And when ideas come under those conditions, follow them, because those are great ideas. And not only will it lead to something wonderful eventually, it will be fun all along the way.
Yeah, and that's what I'm all about, is I want to start enjoying what I'm, the journey of it.
But you can't start enjoying the journey by pointing out what's been wrong with the existing journey or with the past journey. It's all of value, satisfied with what is and eager for more. So you've put a lot into your vortex, and there's so much ripe and ready for you to receive. And sometimes people say, well, even though I don't really trust, if I just move forward, I'll get over my fear and good things will come. And we say, that's one way of going about it. We're not saying that there wouldn't be value that would come from whichever way you choose. But which do you prefer, clarity or confusion?
Clarity.
And which feeling do you want to make your next decision from, clarity or confusion? Which feels better, exhilaration or lethargy? And which feeling do you want to make your next decision from? So if you just remind yourself that when you feel that positive emotion, that you are in that moment in a state of absolute resonance with your inner being who knows, and with everything that you want, and only wonderful, glorious, never-ending wonderful experiences will come from that. Humans keep thinking, I'm without it, 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 and I don't like 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 it, and when I get it, and when I get it, and when I get it, I'll be happier, I'll be happier, I'll be happier. So I don't want to be without it, I want to be with it. I don't want to not have it, I want to have it. And when I have it, then I'll be happy. And it doesn't work that way. You got to be happy, 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 and then the manifestation comes, you see? Satisfaction all along the way. And once you catch on to this, and you have something really central to it, it is so satisfying, that is so life-giving, that will be so meaningful to you along the way, is that you will come to this awareness that most humans don't want to hear from us or anyone. You're never going to be satisfied completely. There's always going to be something else, because the experience of being a creator and witnessing the turning of vibrations to thoughts and thoughts to things is where it's all at. When you are a creator, you want your hands in that clay, and creating is where it's at. And so not only are you not ever going to get it done, because once you've manifested this, there's a whole bunch more in the pipeline. You can't stop your experience of asking for more, and your inner being's not ever going to stop providing the more. And so there's never going to be a time when in your human body that there's not a potential for a gap between who you've become vibrationally and who you've allowed yourself to become by what you focus on. And so once you understand that, so step one is ask, and contrast causes that. Step two is source answers, and that's not your work at all. Step three is you want to get into the receptive mode through meditation. It's the easiest way. It's the most secure way. Step four is you're really good at step three. Step four is mastery of alignment. Step four is when you would rather feel good than not, and you understand that feeling good means resonance with who you really are, and that's what you're going for as much as you can. And step five is you're back in a contrasting moment, and you're not mad at yourself, because you understand step one will always happen. You're always going to be asking for something beyond where you are, because you always have wanted and always will want that exquisite, delicious experience of getting to move into the more. You're a creator. Can you imagine being someone who sculpts great things? People say, what do you do? And you say, I'm a sculptor. What do you sculpt? This, I sculpted this. What's next? Nothing. That's it. Do you like it? Do you like it? What else are you going to do? Nothing. That's it. I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that. And that's enough for me. I did that. I did that. And there's no juice left in that. No matter how much you sell it for, there's no juice left in that. It's the next idea and the next and the next. It's the next thing coming into becoming and the next and the next and the next and the next and the next. And as in your human form or in your non-physical form as we are, there's no ending to our becoming. We are all in this together. So you said, I'll go forth into a physical body and I will explore and I will come to new personal preferences of what would be more. And your inner being said, and we will remain non-physically focused, and we will watch you, and we will take pleasure in everything that you explore and discover. And when you know what you don't want and therefore know what you do want, when you radiate that sincere from your own life experience decision about something, we will focus on it unequivocally. We will give our undivided attention to your desire, never to the absence of it, and we will set forth unto the universe a vibrational broadcast that law of attraction will respond to. So there will be this synergy that's coming to what you have asked for, and you'll be out there, and maybe you'll align with it and maybe you won't. It depends on how much justification you think you need to give in order to be the recipient of something like that. But if you can feel for us and feel the joy that we feel for your creation, and if you reach for the resonance of that joy, when you come into that exhilaration, then your creation, our creation that you've set in motion and we have kept in motion, will give all of us pleasure as it continues to evolve. And no creation is ever complete. No creation is ever complete. There's always more energy to add to it, you see. And so, why? What's the point of all of it? For the joyful life that we are all about. You didn't come to fix an earth that's broken. It isn't. You didn't come